Very late? Don't they worry?
They're all so excited they won't care where I am.
I'm pleased. I like Mr. Matthew.
He announced at dinner that he wants to get married at Downton. Somehow it made me feel more than ever that the war is really over. And it's time to move forward.
Do you mean you've made your decision?
Yes. My answer is that I'm ready to travel. And you're my ticket. To get away from this house, away from this life.
Me?
No, Uncle Tom Cobley.
I'm sorry. But I've waited so long for those words. I can't believe I'm hearing them. You won't mind burning your bridges?
Mind? Fetch me the matches. Yes, you can kiss me. But that is all until everything is settled.
For now, God knows it's enough that I can kiss you.
Isn't that the car?
How did you find us? How did you know?
Never mind that. At least nothing's happened, thank God.
What do you mean nothing's happened? I've decided to marry Tom and you're coming after me won't change that.
This isn't the way. She's right. Of course Mama and Papa will hate it.
And why should they?
Oh, pipe down. Sybil, can't you let them get used to the idea? Take your stand and refuse to budge, but allow them time. That way you won't have to break up the family.
They would never give permission.
You don't need permission. You're 21. But you do need their forgiveness if you're not to start your new life under a black shadow.
Don't listen. She's pretending to be reasonable to get you home again.
Even if I am, even if I think this is mad, I know it would be better to do it in broad daylight than to sneak off like a thief in the night.
Go back with them then. If you think they can make you happier than I will.
Am I so weak you believe I can be talked out of giving my heart in 5 minutes flat? But Mary's right. I don't like deceit and our parents don't deserve it. So I'll go back with them. But believe it or not, I will stay true to you.
I'll return the car in the morning. You're confident you can bring her round, aren't you?
Fairly. I'll certainly try. Do you want some money for the room?
No, thank you, my lady. I can pay my own way.
Yes?
I'm here.
So I can see.
I don't think this is such a good idea. We mustn't worry Granny.
You've asked me to come, and I've come.
Would someone please tell me what is going on? Or have we all stepped through the looking glass?
Your grandmother has as much right to know as anybody else.
Why don't I find that reassuring?
I hoped it would blow over. I didn't want to split the family when Sybil might still wake up.
And all the time you've been driving me about, bowing and scraping and seducing my daughter behind my back.
I don't bow and scrape, and I've not seduced anyone. Give your daughter some credit for knowing her own mind.
How dare you speak to me in that tone? You will leave at once.
Oh, Papa!
Oh, this is a folly. A ridiculous juvenile madness.
Sybil, what do you have in mind?
Mama, this is hardly...
No, she must have something in mind. Otherwise she wouldn't have summoned him here tonight.
Thank you, Granny. Yes, we do have a plan. Tom's got a job on a paper. I'll stay until after the wedding. I don't want to steal their thunder. But after that, I'll go to Dublin.
To live with him? Unmarried?
I'll live with his mother while the banns are read. And then we'll be married. And I'll get a job as a nurse.
And what does your mother make of this?
If you must know, she thinks we're very foolish.
So at least we have something in common.
I won't allow it. I will not allow my daughter to throw away her life.
You can posture it all you like, Papa. It won't make any difference.
Oh, yes, it will.
How? I don't want any money. You can hardly lock me up until I die. I'll say goodnight. But I can promise you one thing. Tomorrow morning, nothing will have changed. Tom.
Mr. Branson, I know it wasn't easy last night.
We should have spoken out long ago.
Spoken out about what?
Oh, why not? Lady Sybil and I are getting married.
Have you no shame?
Sorry you feel like that, Mr. Carson. You're a good man. But no, I have no shame. In fact, I have great pride in the love of that young woman, and I will strive to be worthy of it.
I will not disgrace myself by discussing the topic, nor will anyone else. Now, if you will go, Mr. Branson, we will continue with our day. Leave an address where we may forward what is owing to you.
No problem there, Mr. Carson. I'll be at the Grantham Arms in the village until Lady Sybil is ready to make her departure. I bid you all a good day.
Your threats are hollow, don't you see? I won't be received in London. I won't be welcome at court. How do I make you understand? I couldn't care less.
I do hope I'm interrupting something.
I only wish you were, but I seem to be getting nowhere. Have you seen Cora?
She's lying down. And can we blame her? Now, Sybil, dear, this sort of thing is all very well in novels, but in reality, it can prove very uncomfortable. And while I am sure Branson has many virtues, well, no, he's a good driver.
I will not give him up.
Don't be rude to your grandmother.
No, she's not being rude. Just wrong.
This is my offer. I will stay 1 week to avoid the impression I've run away, and because I don't want to spoil Matthew's wedding. Then we will marry in Dublin, and whoever wishes to visit will be very welcome.
Out of the question.
Will you forbid Mary and Edith?
No, don't say anything you may have to retract.
Know this. There will be no more money. From here on in, your life will be very different.
Well, bully for that.
But I don't accept that I am ruining her life, nor that I'm cutting her off from her family. If you want to cut her off, that's your decision.
But how will you look after her? How can you hope to provide for her?
With respect, my lord, you seem to think that she can only be happy in some version of Downton Abbey, when it's obvious that if she wanted that life, she would not be marrying me.
Very well. I'd hope to avoid this, but I see that I can't. How much will you take to leave us in peace?
What?
You must have doubts. You said your own mother thinks you foolish.
Yes, she does.
Then yield to those doubts and take enough to make a new life back in Ireland. I'll be generous if we can bring this nonsense to an end.
I see. You know your trouble, my lord. You're like all of your kind. You think you have the monopoly of honor. Doesn't it occur to you that I might believe the best guarantee of Sybil's happiness lies with me?
Well, if you're not prepared to listen to reason...
I'm not prepared to listen to insults.
Then I will bid you a good day. And I want you to leave the village.
Even though she'll come to me the moment I call. Do you really want me to leave now, when I will take her with me that same hour?
So sad.
Yes. Why are you here?
To pay my respects to Miss Wire and to see Sybil.
Lady Sybil.
Papa, what's the point in all that nonsense?
I suppose you'll go to Dublin now. Isn't that your plan?
In a day or two. Mamma is well again, and I see no reason to delay. Although I do so wish we could have parted friends.
What about you? Do you want to part friends? I do. Although I don't expect to. All right.
What?
Well, if I can't stop you, I see no profit in a quarrel. You'll have a very different life from the one you might have lived, but if you're sure it's what you want,
I am.
then you may take my blessing with you, whatever that means.
Pa, it means more than anything, more than anything.
If you mistreat her, I will personally have you torn to pieces by wild dogs. I'd expect no less.
Will you come over for the wedding?
We'll see. We'll talk about that later. And there'll be some money, but not much.
So, you've given in?
She would have gone anyway. And perhaps we should let Lavinia's last gift to us be a reminder of what really matters. Of course, you'll think that's soft.
Well, not at all. The aristocracy has not survived by its intransigence. Oh, no, we must work with what we've got to minimize the scandal.
But what have we got to work with?
Well, you'd be surprised. He's political, isn't he? And a writer. Well, I could make something out of that. And there's a family called Branson with a place not far from Cork. I believe they have a connection with the Howards. Well, surely we can hitch him onto them.